What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Fantasy Football Game Show presented by Front Yard Fantasy. I'm your host, joined as always by my co-host, John Luke. How are you guys doing today?
Fantastic.
Feeling good on a Tuesday.
Fantastic. Jail's fantastic. And Josh, Tuesday. Guys, joining us today is great friend of the show, here to play some poll perception. He's come back for redemption. He told me earlier that it still haunts him. One of his answers in the offseason. So he's trying to get redemption today. Eric, thank you so much for coming on. Guys, for those of you who do not know Eric, you can follow him on Twitter at FantasyNav. He's a contributor for Dr. Roto and Going for Two, and the co-founder of the Pros with Joe's charity tournament. For those of you that don't know what Pros with Joe's is, it's an awesome thing that Eric set up. It pairs everyday players with their favorite fantasy football pros and raises money for charity in an awesome tournament format. Eric, thank you so much for joining us. You want to tell us a little bit more about how that's gone this year?
Yeah. Thanks for having me on. I'm definitely here seeking redemption. Pros with Joe's, kind of like you said, charity fantasy football league. We are now wrapping up our second season. This year we had Matt Harmon and his co-manager Ray take down the championship. So we are still in the midst of fundraising. All the money that we raise will go to Matt's charity, which is actually a really cool story. Unfortunately, he had a colleague, Terrace Paylor, who passed away at Yahoo last year. And there is an endowment at his alma mater at Howard University that he is raising money for. So still have the coffers open and our handout here for the next 6 days or so, trying to raise some money for our champion Matt's cause.
Very
Absolutely.
Nice.
That's awesome. And guys, if you want to donate, want to contribute to that cause, I posted the link in the chat, YouTube and Twitch. So you guys can donate to that cause using that link right there. If you guys want to donate to this cause that Eric is championing today. We got Craig in the chat saying, happy Tuesday, FYF. Man,
Happy
is this the least Tuesday feeling Tuesday of all time? I feel like
it's Tuesday.
It's a loose
Very
Tuesday.
loose Tuesday, yeah.
It's such a loose Tuesday.
Does it feel like later in the week almost?
Yeah, it feels like a
me.
Thursday. For some
Yeah,
reason.
like
I agree.
a Thursday or something.
Yeah, like a Thursday.
Kind
or
of like a
something.
Thursday.
Thursday, yeah. I would say
Eric,
Thursday.
what do you think? Like a Thursday?
Yeah, Thursday sounds about right. I mean, we're all in the post-season hangover, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's exactly what's doing it. We got Joey in here. He's just saying happy Tuesday to Craig, but he said today is my wedding anniversary, and there's nothing I'd rather be doing than making dad jokes with you. What can I say? I'm committed. Congrats on the anniversary, Joey, and you got to practice your dad joke game to get up to Craig's level, but you're almost there. What's up, Maria? Welcome in Snow Day Part 2. There you go. And Craig saying congrats, Joey, and congrats, Maria, on the snow day. Great job on that one. I know you've been working hard for that for a long time.
Yeah, it snowed so much today. They really needed to close stuff. There wasn't any snow today. Just so you guys. Not in Maryland, at least.
Good job, Josh.
Josh, that was quite the incredulous joke. Swamp's in here. Who dat? What's up, Swamp? He's at work and he cries. Damn, that
We
Jimmy
cry
John's,
with
they're
you.
working you to the bone at Jimmy John's. You got to be on like, I wonder if he tracks how many sandwiches he's delivered. Over under 10,000. What do you think?
Like over the course of his career?
No, today.
Oh, today? Yeah.
on a typical Thursday.
Under 10,000.
Oh,
sandwiches.
wow.
Like, does one delivery with 5 sandwiches count as 5
sandwiches?
Okay.
5 sandwiches.
Yeah,
Why would that count as
then
one
okay.
sandwich?
I don't know.
That would be ridiculous.
I would have
If two
said
nachos
10,000
stick together.
deliveries.
It's one nacho.
Hey, there we go, Eric. That's what I should have said.
Don't get Simon talking about individual nachos.
Oh no! Oh god!
I
The restaurants that serve you 10 individual nachos instead of this giant messy
They can
heap,
go
I want to throw it into the kitchen and then leave and never come back and leave a negative Yelp review. Swamp in here saying he got second in the Jimmy John's league because he had AB in his lineup and DK on his bench. You know what? Second's pretty good, and that was a really.
I would have
tough
played
week
AB over DK as well probably this week. They were close though, but AB was set up for success, so you can't really blame yourself. Blame AB. Yeah.
Scott in here saying, guys, my feed is clearly delayed again. I'll try to answer all of the polls. Might come in a little late. Oh, the Scott Fish special. It's amazing. You always
hit
get
that live
exactly
button.
Right.
Scott Fish, hit that live button.
That's what I typically do, but do your thing, Scott. Do your thing.
Albert, welcome in. Good afternoon to you as well. And Kaysen, glad to have you here. Justin, my man, he got his 16 points he needed and won his title. Boom.
That's what I'm talking about.
Congrats, Justin. How's it feel to be a champ?
What he needed, it was either I think it was
Najee,
Deontay Johnson or Najee.
Yeah, it was one of the two Steelers. I can't remember who though.
Yeah.
And Craig's got a great idea. We need an FYF fundraiser to help with Scott's internet. No, Scott can figure it out himself. Just sell some bags or something, Scott, and fix your internet. Jay said a thirsty Thursday. I don't know if it's an incredulous Thursday, I think.
I actually have this Fireball shot that I got for Christmas sitting right here. I do not like Fireball.
Who gave you that for Christmas? That
it was
a terrible.
It was like in my my sister technically gave it to me.
Do you guys have the thing like
this too?
Freshman year of college, I liked Fireball, and I told my parents one time
that
I liked Fireball. Yeah, freshman year of college, you like Fireball. That's a rule. Yeah. I told my parents one time, every gift-giving holiday for the next 6 years, I got a bottle of Fireball, and I would tell them like almost rudely, like, "Hey, I do not like this anymore. This is not what I like to drink. This will make me vomit if I even sniff it." And then next gift-giving holiday, Fireball. Mom, if you're watching, thank you for finally not getting me Fireball anymore. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for all the Fireball.
Also, thank you for all the Fireball. The intentions were great.
That was very sweet, very thoughtful.
Eric, if you're talking, you're muted and we cannot hear you.
Fireball.
Well, he's got some
there
Fireball.
Really is a limited time in everyone's life, and it's like when you're like anywhere from like 20 to 24, you're allowed to like it, and that's really it. Well, no, I'll say 18 to 23. I'll take off 1 year. Add a couple years on the low.
Or if you're like someone's dad.
I mean, you
know what I mean? Like if you're 60 plus and you show up around a bunch of college kids, I feel like it's like, hey, totally acceptable. Yeah, it's acceptable for them to hand out Fireball shots because they're just trying to connect, you know? They're just trying to be like the cool dad.
This is what they heard the kids like.
Like your mom, like your parents. Yeah.
Exactly. They heard the kids liked it and they're like, let's do some Fireball shots. And Eric is gone. He said, enough of this Fireball talk. We're out of here. Javen.
I still like him.
Oh, man. These stories. These ones. I know it wasn't you, but I hate these. One person in my league was going to buy him a Jamar jersey if he won the chip. But Najee Harris broke free for a 37-yard touchdown, so we lost at the last second. And that really was the last second, wasn't it?
Getting a Jamar jersey is like as good as like winning the ship almost. Like
that is awesome.
Bam won his fantasy championship as well. Congrats, guys. We love hearing all this. Was up 15, or won by 15, was up 12, but had Devonta Adams versus his Chris Boswell. Kind of tough to think if Devonta stunk it up, I would have lost, but he didn't. He came through for you right there. And Justin said he had Deontay Johnson and Chubb.
Did we give him like the 9% chance of winning that?
I think so.
I know we gave like one or two people like really good chances, and I think those panned out pretty well, if I remember correctly.
And Maria in here says, sounds like the FYF fam is a bunch of winners. Yeah, we got a bunch of winners in the chat. Not so many winners on stream right now, though, but that's okay.
Shut your mouth. I won the other league. I won the other league. That's all that matters.
Did you? The Where You At league?
No, the hide the pickle league.
I was going to say, because I also won Where You At. So we got Joseph in here. Man, they were making these at my girlfriend's family's Christmas, the Fireball plus rum chata, cinnamon toast crunch, but I can't have it because dairy will ruin my
you could drink like
totally
two of them.
Stopped you.
Before you get sick.
I don't know what it is about dairy-based liquors. Like ice cream, that'll send me to the bathroom about an hour. I take a rum chata shot, I'm there in 10 minutes,
30 seconds.
Man. Yeah, it's like right around the corner.
It sounds like you should avoid it regardless, man.
It would sound that way, Josh. It would sound that way. Think.
Cheese is so good. And Scott said, oh boy, I have a similar story, Simon. So guys, you heard it here first. If you ever need a gift for Scott Fish, send him Fireball. He loves Fireball, handles the Fireball. That's what he wants in the mail from you guys is a thank you for running Scott Fish Bowl is handles and handles of Fireball. And Justin confirming he did have a 90% chance. Eric, glad you're back on here. We thought we scared you away with all the Fireball talk.
You actually did. I ran to my Fireball cellar and did a couple of quick shots.
Fireball cellar.
You and me both. I mean,
Josh, you don't need a cellar for that little guy.
Scott said, when I was a kid at my grandparents for Thanksgiving, they never let us kids have any food early. So my cousin and I ate all the candy corn in the cornucopias every year. Now we get both get bags of candy corn at Thanksgiving yearly, despite neither of us really liking it that much, and neither of us tell them that we don't want it.
That's hilarious. So Fireball and candy corn.
Fireball and candy corn. Maybe like infuse candy corn with Fireball and send that to Scott. That sounds like something he would really, really enjoy.
If someone gets a percentage exactly right today, I'll drink this.
Okay.
The whole thing?
Yeah, the whole thing. I'll figure out a way to get it down.
Bam in here says he's got a question for us before we start our poll perception game today. So where are we taking A-Rob ADP wise if he were to go to Philly? So Eric, we'll come to you first. Do you have any opinions on whether A-Rob's value would go up or down with this move to Philly, around where you'd be drafting him?
I think it
How
would
about
certainly
Devonta
go.
Smith? Compare Devonta Smith to A-Rob. I think it's a good way to do it.
Yeah, I think it would certainly go up relative to his situation were he to stay here in Chicago. Right now, Devonta Smith is what about a fifth rounder, late fourth maybe. So I'd say probably right around there, maybe the fifth, sixth turn for A-Rob. I mean, there has to be some serious questions about his ability on the field. Should he go anywhere else? And Philly isn't exactly the best situation to fall into.
Yeah, for a wide receiver especially. Josh, would you be taking him over Devonta Smith if he did go to Philly, or would you be taking Devonta Smith first?
I would definitely draft Devonta Smith first. I wish we saw anything out of him this year. I mean, I know he had a disappointing situation around him, but Mooney seems to be not thriving, but he's been adequate this year, right? I think he's like the 25th overall wide receiver. So I'm not even going to draft him. Maybe a back end wide receiver 3 if you were in Philly.
JL, how do you feel? Are you in line with these guys?
I said back of 3.
Mm-hmm. No, a back end wide receiver 3, not back
end.
Round
3.
I was like, oh, that seems high.
Whoa.
Yeah,
like the 36 overall wide receiver is probably around where I'll have him ranked if he were in Philly.
Yeah, that sounds about right. If he goes to Philly, I'm not super excited. They're not passing enough. They're not passing enough right now to really make this a good move for Allen Robinson.
Yep.
Now, let me give you a better case scenario. Let's say Aaron Rodgers stays in Green Bay. Devontae Adams still there, and Aaron Rodgers I'm getting them all mixed up. I'm getting. If Allen Robinson goes to the Packers, he's the wide receiver 2 for Aaron Rodgers. I'd be kind of excited for that.
I would be as well. But Bam in here saying that the Packers are kind of broke and A-Rob wants money, so that might be a hard sell. But we'll see. Buccaneers would be interesting.
Replace Chris Godwin.
Cool.
I saw some rumors they might tag Devonta Adams.
Yeah,
that seems to be
they probably are.
Guys, before we get started with our game of poll perception today, a couple reminders. One, I said it in the intro, but I'm going to say it again because it's that important. If you are not following our guest Eric on Twitter, go follow him at Fantasy Nav right now. He's one of our favorites in this space and a fellow San Antonian down here. A central time zoner. That's really the important thing right there, Eric. I'm outnumbered by these Eastern guys all the time. But one of our favorite analysts in the space, so make sure you follow him over on Twitter. Then next, if you're watching this video, that means you're already on our YouTube or Twitch channels. If you're on YouTube, go ahead and hit that like button on this video and subscribe to our channel at Front Yard Fantasy. And if you're on Twitch, hit that follow button. It is the easiest way to show your support for what we are doing. And we are going to be here all off season, Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern time every day. It's not changing. So make sure you guys follow so you don't miss any of the off-season content that we're going to be putting out. Now, without further ado, I am going to explain the rules of poll perception after I read this comment, and then we will get into our game. Scott says, what if Allen Robinson stays in division and goes to the Lions, where he would be the wide receiver 6?
It's the wide receiver 6 on his team or overall?
I think Scott just asked the question and then answered it for us in the same sentence.
Maybe Scott, the wide receiver 6 on his own team.
If that exact situation happens, I would imagine he's the wide receiver 6 and on the Lions, if the way you put it works out, but I'm not sure I read it that way. And Scott's saying he's excited for the upcoming 5 a.m. shows.
Yes, wake up early, get your morning coffee with us.
Josh, Jay, Joey, and Tim are actually going to be hosting the 5 a.m. shows 7 days a week. So those are who are going to do it. I believe Eric is a guest for the first 10 streams as well. So he'll be up at 5 a.m. And that's 5 a.m. Eastern time. Yeah, 4 a.m. our time. So
thanks for leaving me out of that, Simon.
You're welcome, Jay.
Real fast before we get into the game, I brought up everything I've ever written on the board on the stream so far. Got to bring up 2 bets that we made last week, gentlemen's bets. So just really gonna get to make fun of the people that got it wrong.
We won.
The first one's Darnell Mooney versus Devontae Parker. Josh and JL in a PPR league. It was last week. Josh and JL had Mooney, and Simon and Jay had Parker, and we were right.
Yes.
I
saw Jay in the chat, so I figured we'd give him some heat right now.
I bet on expected fantasy points we would have won with the 13 targets to Devontae Parker, but it didn't pan out.
And one more, Chase Edmonds. If Connor's out, there was a stipulation. Connor was out, and I had Chase Edmonds, and then Simon and Jay had DeAndre Swift. Winner for me. Let's go.
Wait, so did
if I remember
lose
correctly,
both?
JL, you didn't want any part of that one.
Cool. I lost everything. That's
I
great.
abstained.
Yeah.
So I'm a winner.
But Yeah. You're a winner. I'm a winner. Simon's a loser. Jay's a loser.
That's
Yes.
okay. I'll be a winner today. Guys, today we are playing Poll Perception. Josh is going to be hosting the game for us. How this game works, for those of you that have not played, and Josh, he always forgets and he's hosting today. How this game works is before the show, Josh found 7 polls online, NFL or fantasy related. He's going to be proposing those polls to one of the contestants. He may ask me, what percentage of people chose side A in this poll? It'll always be side A. I may say 50%. Eric and JL, your job will then be to tell Josh whether the actual percentage is over or under the line that I set. The closer I am to the actual percentage, the more points I'll get. 10 if I get it exactly right, 1 if I'm 15 away, and it increases in that range. Nothing if you're more than 15 away. JL and Eric, you guys would get 2 points for correctly picking the over-under. After 6 rounds like this, we will go into the 7th and final round where all of us will be guessing a percentage. Whoever's the closest in the final round gets 5 points, unless they hit it right on the head, in which case they will get 10, just like in the normal rounds. And the contestant with the most points at the end of the 7th round will be our Poll Perception champion on this incredulous Thursday. Are you guys ready?
It's so incredulous today. Eric, can I ask you what you want to go first, second, or third today?
I will go second.
You're gonna go second. Can you also pick Simon's? Is Simon going to go second, first, or third?
Simon can go third.
Okay, Simon's going to go third.
We're all
the
going
order
second
we will be going in today
day.
is JL first, Eric third, and Eric second and Simon third. I can do math, you know.
Hey guys, this is coming together. Jay said he's fine with the 5 a.m. shows. He's up anyways. Craig said he'll show up for the 4 a.m. shows when you need someone.
It sounds like Craig and Jay can handle it then.
Yeah, they got it. You heard it here
I'm
first.
literally in the exact same boat as Jay.
Hey Eric, you're with Jay then. We'll get you on the show too.
Maybe there's a market. Maybe there's a market for the 5 a.m. fantasy show for parents. Maybe we're hitting on something right here. But I'm not a parent, so
we can only watch Encanto so many times.
Here's what we'll do. We'll put a webcam that triggers a live stream to start at 5 a.m. pointed at my bed and JL's bed, and it'll just live stream us sleeping for a couple hours with fantasy.
Or if I haven't gone to sleep yet, it'll just be me trying to go to sleep.
That's true. Or me running back and forth from the bathroom based on what I had for dinner the night before. Sounds like a really good stream. Come here now, Beach 89. Welcome in. They have a question for you, JL. JL Garoppolo, Darius Leonard, or Devin White?
Yeah, you got to go Darius Leonard.
Because of science. There we go.
Yep.
Joey's
I'm with you,
Joey show. Yes. Guys,
and
are you ready to start our game?
Jay, Joey, and Fish.
Jay, Joey, and the Fish.
Yeah. All right.
Josh,
yeah, I'm ready. I forgot I'm running the game. So. we are playing Poll Perception. Let's get in there, guys. Like I already said, we're starting with JL. We're going to Eric, then Simon. JL, are you ready for you first?
I'm so ready.
You are?
Yep.
I'm gonna tell you guys something. All the polls I found today have at least 2,000 votes, except for the first one. Oh, I'm sorry, at least 1,000. One has 1,200 and some, but this is the only one without at least 1,000 votes, but it's 807. All right.
Come here now, Beach 89. You just found your way onto my shit list. Welcome. I'm just kidding. Jalen Josh is my favorite analyst.
Whenever someone says something that they like, I think that's when those votes come up.
Yeah.
You know what? He comes in with the presidential, or they come in with the presidential trivia. I'll forgive you this time because I love your president trivia.
Whew. All right. Oh, actually, hold on. Fishing with the J's. That would be a really good name, Joey, for that show. Yeah.
Oh, and a J looks like a J looks like a hook.
Yeah, hook. Yeah.
Oh my
the J could be a hook in the title. Oh man, this is just right.
That's what I'm
marketing
talking
genius. Normally, guys.
So JL, we're gonna get into your first question. It has 807 votes, so it's not like it doesn't have a decent amount. You ready?
I'm ready.
It's a fun one. JL, who would you draft first in 2022? Side A's Christian McCaffrey, Side B's Derrick Henry. What percentage of people that voted on this poll chose Side A, Christian McCaffrey?
This is tough. CMC should be the answer here, but I feel like a lot of people are down on CMC. Derrick Henry, he's older, but if it's just next year, I feel like people are less out on him. So I'm going to go with, you know what? 50%. No, 49%.
You're going to go with 49% on the Christian McCaffrey side.
Yeah.
freaking idiot.
All right. Sounds good to me. JL, you went with 49%, and we are coming to Eric. Eric, what do you think? Do you think the actual percentage of people that voted for side A Christian McCaffrey is high, over or under 49%?
I'll actually take the under on this one. I think people are a little bit sold or a little bit out on CMC with consecutive years cut short by repeated injuries. And I think that sting kind of carries over into next season. So I'll go under 49.
So Eric thinks that even more people chose Derrick Henry in this poll. Simon, what do you think here? Do you think
I'm with Eric.
over or under 49?
He said exactly what I was thinking. I think it's going to be under. I think more people are going to choose Derrick Henry. I know he got injured this year, but what we saw from him this year was unbelievable. I think he's still like top 6 in rushing yards on the season, and he only played 8 games. Like, it was unreal what we saw from him. So I think the injury is affecting both of their perceptions, but CMC a little bit more. I'll take the under as well.
All right. So JL went with 49%.
I reverse split the room.
So you just didn't? You didn't? So yeah. So JL went with 49%.
That's how you want to look at it, sure.
Both Eric and Simon went with the under. And the chat, we got some great guesses in the chat. 43% from Joseph. Yeah, no one cares about that. 56% from Kaysen, 58% from Joey, 33% from Albert. Watch out for Albert. Albert's good at these typically.
Good guess, Jay. Good guess.
49%. Come here now, saying 50%, 52% from Geek Mill, 26% from Justin, Craig saying 45%, and Jay Wall saying 43%. Maria coming in with 44%. And last but not least, JV saying 35%. Guys, the actual percentage of people, well, the question is, who would you draft first in 2022? Christian McCaffrey or Derrick Henry? The actual percentage of people that chose Christian McCaffrey was 35%, 34.7 to be exact. JL, you're within 15 percentage points, so that's going to give you a point. Both Eric and Simon got the over-unders correct. That's going to give them 2 points each. And Javian got it spot on, by the way.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see Javen. Oh, 35. Great vid, my man, Javen. You nailed that one on
Javen, if we're mispronouncing
spot.
your name, tell us so that we
Yeah,
don't
let us
keep
know.
mispronouncing your name.
I like pronouncing names correctly.
Also, Jay Wall, what's up? Welcome in. Hi, friends. Hi to you as well.
Hello, Jay Wall.
And guys, it wasn't just 35%. The 35 crew. How did I not go with the obvious 3-5? Javen's the only one who stayed true to the 3-5 crew. Wow. On the delay. Scott Fish gets it exactly right. Incredible.
I think Javen's part of the 3-5 crew now.
He is,
I don't know if he was before, but he definitely is now.
Amazing, Scott Fish. Amazing.
Incredible.
So after the first round, JL has 1 point, Eric has 2 points, and Simon has 2 points as well. We have a very close game, guys. Man, Scott, you do really kill it, don't you?
3-5.
Wait,
and it is Javen.
Simon, Javen. Okay, we got it. Simon, you weren't here, but if you remember 2 weeks ago when we played poll perception, no one got a single point on the polls. Like, it was just the over-unders. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
I think we were hitting the over-unders.
You were there for that one.
Right.
But for this last week, I don't think you were there. And we all got within within 5 for each poll.
Crazy.
Every
I
poll.
got one spot on.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. It was like the exact opposite of the week before.
Uh-oh.
Literally.
My bad luck. We're not on to a good start here with you just getting one.
No, we
right
are not.
there.
No, we are not.
15 percentage points.
At least I got points this one.
Yeah, that's right.
Exactly.
We had some during that game, I remember, that were like 50 percentage points away.
way off.
Like in the 50s and 60s.
Guys, let me ask you real fast. I know we think the perception, it seems like, is going to side with Derrick Henry here, but what do you, going into 2022 right now, you have to do a draft right now. I know that's ridiculous, but are you taking Christian McCaffrey or Derrick Henry, you think? Eric, what do you think here?
I would probably still err on the side of CMC. I mean, they're right next to each other in terms of, where I would rank them for redraft. But, ultimately, I think we will have to see a point where all this volume and all this workload catches up to Henry, and this year might just be the start of that. So a little bit more concerned about that foot injury than I am with CMC's kind of soft tissue stuff.
Interesting, because I think a lot of people would be on the other side there, but I'm kind of with you. Derrick Henry's a little bit older than Christian McCaffrey, so they are really neck and neck for me. What do you got? What do you think, Jail?
Yeah, they are very close. I think I would be taking them most likely. I mean, Jonathan Taylor's in that mix too, but probably close to 1 and 2 for redraft next season. But I would lean CMC.
Taylor's number 1.
Yeah,
Taylor's number 1 for me.
Probably, yeah.
Simon,
I'm leaning Derrick Henry ever so slightly, but I do agree with Eric. Derrick Henry's gonna hit that cliff, it feels like, but I'm done predicting it. I've tried the last 3 seasons. I've been out on Derrick Henry 3 seasons in a row, and I'm done being on that side of it. So if I miss next year, I will. But he has shown time and time again that he doesn't follow the historic rules that we've seen for running back drop-offs after touches. So I'll be in on Derrick Henry next year. I'm not missing out on that again.
All right. I did not mean this. I did not mean this as like someone in the chat gets.
But you didn't qualify.
I didn't specify, did I? So
you did not.
I guess
That'll
I'll
teach you a
take
lesson.
this fireball shot.
Chug.
Thanks, Javon. Thank you for this. Cheers.
Wow, he's gonna drink the whole thing. He did the whole thing.
Nailed it.
Not that bad.
We're gonna need a substitute host.
We're gonna get hit up by a fireball rep right after the show. We want a sponsor now.
All right, guys. So good job, Eric and Simon. Kind of good job, JL, on that last one.
So we have before we go on to our next poll, we have a question
because we use these terms like willy-nilly all the time. We sometimes don't even realize like we don't define some of what we're talking about, right?
Yep. And redraft. So there's different types of fantasy football. Redraft just refers to what most people view as like normal fantasy football, where at the beginning of the season, you start with a blank roster and everyone's drafting their entire team. The season ends, you don't have your team anymore. You start over again next year. That's what redraft means, as opposed to like Dynasty, where you draft your team once and then you keep that entire team. And the next year you only draft rookies. And then there's one other format, there's a lot of formats, but one other big format called Keeper, where you keep some of the players on your team, usually at some sort of cost, whether that's the draft pick where you picked them at, or if it's just like the first 5 draft picks. It depends on the settings, but Keeper, you keep some of your players. Dynasty, you keep all of your players, and redraft, you keep none of your players. Draft again the next year.
Redraft is essentially the league that everyone does. Like a typical fantasy league you're in, it's probably redraft.
Yep. 100%. And Maria said this show is off the rails. Just you wait. We're only 30 minutes in.
Shot a fireball, guys.
We were just talking about how bad it was, and only like 20-year-olds can drink it. But
not that bad. Josh, the alcoholic. Said J1.
I like tequila, so. All right, let's move on. Good job on that first one. We're gonna move on to the second poll. Eric, you are up. Are you ready for your first question here?
I'm ready.
All right. This poll had 2,809 votes. Is Cooper Kupp the best wide receiver in the NFL? Side A is yes. Side B is no. Eric, I am asking you what percentage of people chose side A yes.
So is this the thing where nobody can really agree on what valuable means for MVP? It seems like there's a lot of room.
So this isn't asking MVP. I just want to specify. This says best wide receiver in the NFL. So just saying that. You could take it a bunch of different ways, though, right?
I think that given the sort of fantasy tinge of the Twitterverse that we likely got this poll from, most people are going to look at it through the fantasy lens. And so I will put a line at 59% of respondents said yes.
So, Eric, you're going to go with 59% on this one. Perfect.
59% from Eric.
So we're moving on to Simon. Eric went with 59% said yes, Cooper Kupp is the best wide receiver in the NFL. Simon, do you think the actual percentage of people that said yes is over or under 59%?
I think it's under. I think when people think of best wide receiver in the NFL, Cooper Kupp probably deserves to be in the conversation, but he doesn't have the skill set that you typically think of whenever we try to name the best wide receivers in the NFL. I don't think he's the best. I would have voted no. I think a lot of people think like that. I'll take the under on Eric. Also, I see our man John in the chat. What's up, JR? Welcome in. Glad to have you here.
What up, JR?
JL, we're coming to you. Simon went with under 59%. Do you think the actual percentage of people that say yes, Cooper Kupp is the best wide receiver in the NFL is over or under 59%?
I'm going to go under as well. That would just be, he's had a good season. Best wide receiver in the NFL, though.
It's Hunter Renfrow, obviously.
He's had a
Clearly Hunter Renfrow.
Don't say it. Don't minimize the season though.
I am not minimizing. I am
season.
maximizing
Historic.
the season.
Yeah.
The season has been maximized.
Okay, good.
Yes.
Just making sure.
Still, this season has left me incredulous.
I don't think. You know what? This was a conversation.
That was the best use of incredulous.
That was actually, I think, applicable.
I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure this is a conversation on NFL Network, or maybe it was First Take. I can't remember, but it was. I remember this is a conversation that people are having.
Mm-hmm. And like I said, you can kind of take this a few different ways. Like, he's had the best season this year, right? Like, out of all wide receivers, it's not even debatable, really. So, it's kind of how people took it, right? But Eric won with 59%. Both the other guys, Simon and JL, took the under here. Let's see what the chat has to say. Case is saying 42% said yes. Jay Wall saying 77%. Geek Milgo was 76%. JR saying 24%. Joey saying 19%. Javen saying 25%. Joseph saying 38%. Albert saying 28%. Justin saying 42%. Albert. Jay saying 44%. Come Here Now saying 30%, but changing it to 27%. I love that change because, I love my nines. And then Jay saying, "Are you all drunk?"
Yep. Secondary drunk.
No, I sobered up around 1 p.m. I started at around 4 a.m., but I'm good now. So
right when the show, our earlier show started.
Yeah, you were up before our earlier show. Yeah. All right. So like I already said, Eric went with 59%, and both JL and Simon took the unders. Is Cooper Kupp the best wide receiver in the NFL? Well, the percentage of people that chose side A, yes, he is the best wide receiver in the NFL, is 61% of people. Oh, 61% of people. That puts Eric within 5 percentage points. That's going to give him 5 points onto his score. And both JL and Simon were incorrect. They did not correctly guess the over-under. Eric, great
done,
job. By far the closest out of everyone, including the chat.
Never underestimate the overreaction of a small sample size on Twitter.
Well, 2,809 people.
This season is the small sample size.
The one season,
yeah.
It's reactionary, right?
Yeah.
That's what we always say with these Twitter things. It's like, what's happened recently? It's probably going to lean that direction, right?
Joey said, "Get out, people. Seriously." Jay said,
Holy
"Wow." Joseph
crap.
said, "Who the hell did they pull? Only
sorry,
Rams fans?" It's got the 61% of people, and I think it'll put Eric with 5.
Wow. Well done, Scott
That's
Fish.
incredible.
Wow. That was even more impressive than his normal guesses.
Yeah.
Joey's
the
saying
point system.
Cooper Kupp is good, but he's no Gabe Davis. Yeah, that's fair. And Jaden saying Devontae Adams died, I guess. I hope not, but that was my thinking too. Jay also knows, is this the metal hat? No, there's no metal sticking out of this one. My metal hat has my name.
Yeah. You must have found other hats?
I found 3 hats.
Where were they all? Did they hide?
One was in my underwear drawer. So my cow
place.
hat was in my underwear drawer. I'm not convinced I put it there. I think someone else was cleaning up and tucked it in there, but that's okay. Leanne.
You live alone.
Sancho.
Guys, I'll tell you this much. He's my number 1 wide receiver going into next season.
Sancho?
Me?
No, Cooper Kupp.
Oh, that makes more sense. Yeah.
Do you think he's the best NFL wide receiver, Josh?
Look, I'm scrolling past this question. Is Cooper Kupp the best wide receiver in the NFL? I'm probably tempted to say yes.
Really?
So I see why. I mean, he's going to be my number 1 wide receiver in fan. Devonta Adams gets to play with Aaron Rodgers like his entire career. It's like the 1 week Aaron Rodgers was out, Devonta Adams was fine, not great. And he's played good without Aaron Rodgers in the past, but I think it's a conversation at the very least. I'm not incredibly surprised by 61%, to be honest.
I'm shocked. I just didn't think one season people would react to that harshly. I thought I thought a question like that in my mind, it was going to elicit a strong negative reaction, like from people who like other receivers. Like they would see them be like, "How dare you even say that? Devontae Adams is the best." Like, how dare you? That's
when
how
you talk about Devontae Adams being the best, you're including the factor that Aaron Rodgers is with him a little bit. Yeah. And I think you got to the factor that Matt Stafford is with Cooper Kupp. And I think he's going to have elite production while those two are together.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. In my mind, I was just looking at the receiver themselves. You know what I mean? Like the skill set of the receiver. I understand where this result came from, but that was shocking to me. Also, if you guys could stop shocking me, because every time I make my shocked face, I get self-conscious because I have such a little mouth that like it doesn't have the same effect as like whenever Josh does his shocked face. So if you guys could just get these right or something. Josh, stop finding shocking polls.
I'm so photoshopping your
going into next season. Who's your number 1 dynasty? Your number 1 wide receiver? You think you draft right now? Is it Cooper Kupp for me? Cooper Kupp for you,
Cooper Kupp
Simon?
for me as well.
Eric, Cooper Kupp, JL?
Sweep it.
Devonta Adams.
Oh, as long as he's with Aaron Rodgers, I'm assuming. We're just going to put that there.
Either way.
Unless you just think either way.
Either way.
Okay, I digress.
Javen said Devontae, then Tyreek, then Kupp. And we got to get on to our next question.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, let's keep moving. Let's keep moving. We're having a fun time though, right, guys? That shot, it's got me feeling good. I don't know about you guys. I hope it's got you guys feeling good too.
It does have me feeling good.
So after two polls, Eric has a dominating lead. 7 for Eric, 2 for Simon, 1 for JL, but still anyone's game.
I don't know what that means.
I guess
what's happening?
Okay, I digress. Simon, we're coming to you. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Simon, who will be the number 1 tight end in fantasy next year? Side A is Travis Kelce. Side B is Mark Ingram. I want to let you know that
Mark Ingram,
was a
100%
third option.
Travis Kelce.
There was a third option that said other that got a decent sized percentage of the vote. I took that out of there, extrapolated for both Travis Kelce and Mark Andrews. So it's just those. It's it's going to equal 100% between these two players.
Okay. And it is Mark Andrews, not Mark Ingram, right?
Did I say Ingram?
Yeah, I just want to make sure before I vote. I'm trying to find out where the typo is, whether it was a verbal typo or a
Andrews. Mark Ingram's not really a tight end, so
not really, at least.
So Simon, who will be the number 1 tight end in fantasy next year? Travis Kelce, Mark Andrews. What percentage of people voted for Travis Kelce in this poll?
So
there was 4,914 votes. Well, 4,094 once I took out the other option.
Okay. Here's what I'm thinking. I think some of the votes that would have gone to Mark Andrews come from people who are ready to dethrone Travis Kelce as a number 1 overall tight end. So you took out the other option, but I think the Mark Andrews number is going to be lower because the other option was there. So I'll say 62% said Travis Kelce.
So Simon, you were going to go with 62% on the Travis Kelce side. You locking that in?
Yeah, I think maybe I should have gone higher, but I'm sticking with it.
All right, Simon's going with 62%. We are coming to JL. JL. Simon said 62% of people chose Travis Kelce in this poll. Do you think the actual percentage is over or under 62%?
I think 62% was a good guess. I wrote down 61.
Ooh.
So that's the under.
That's the under, but I'm going to take the over.
Oh, okay.
I hope it's the under.
So JL is saying over. Eric, JL went with the over 62%. What percentage do you think the actual percentage is over or under 62% on the Travis Kelce side?
I will not psych myself out by writing down a number and then going the opposite direction. I'll just stick to the over 62% on the Kelce side.
Okay, you also think that more people chose Travis Kelce in this poll than 62%. Hey, we've had no splits so far. The percentages, it's been all over under or all over or all under, right? So who will be the number 1 tight end in fantasy next year? We have some great guesses in the chat. Javen saying 90%, saying Travis Kelce. Jay Wall saying 77%. Kaysen saying 72%. JR saying 48%.
Okay.
Jay saying 86%. Albert saying 45%. Joey saying 77%.
Wow.
Justin saying 64%. Joseph saying 66%. So these were kind of all over the place. They were kind of right around all over the place when you guess of 62%, Simon. Well, Mark Ingram definitely will be the tight end 1 next year. No doubt.
Yeah, what are you doing, idiot, Joey?
No doubt about it.
Dynasty wide receiver 1, Mark Ingram.
Yes, clearly.
So the question was, who will be the number 1 tight end in fantasy next year? Travis Kelce or Mark Andrews? The actual percentage of people that voted for side A, Travis Kelce, is 51%. 51%. So both of Simon, you're within 15, so you get 1. But the other guys both incorrectly guessed the over-unders.
It's a net 1 point gain here.
Off to a hot start.
But is that a little surprising to you guys? Like that 50, it's like so close. It's almost 50-50, right? When it comes down to it. Is that surprising to you, Simon?
No, not after the season that Mark Andrews has had and what he has shown us he's capable of doing. I think there was a lot of doubt and maybe there may be a little bit of overcorrection now based on what we've seen this year, but I'm not I'm not surprised at all. We saw that Kelsey could be knocked off that number one top tight end platform, right? He's not infallible at the top like he was viewed in the past. Mark, I don't even know if that's the right word. He's not
I don't think that's the word.
He's not insidious at the top. Is that the word that we've been saying?
He's not insidious at the top.
He's not incredulous. He's not insidious. He's not Pan's Labyrinth at the top. He's not the Conjuring at the top, but Mark Andrews had a great season as well. So I'm not surprised at all.
All right. Does it surprise you, Eric, at all that Travis Kelce and Mark Andrews are so close in this vote?
A little bit, right? I mean, I took the over for a reason. I wonder how much of it is format, right? If given the third option, I would imagine Kittle's probably drawing a lot of love as the other option. And if this was just a one side or the other, where it would sit, but I expected him to be ahead by a pretty good margin. So essentially being neck and neck is a surprise for me.
So the other option in this poll got 16.7% of the vote, while Kelsey got 43 and Mark Andrews got 41 before I extrapolated there. But, Kelsey would be my number one, but Andrews is definitely my number two. I know we talked about the top 5 tight ends, and all 4 of us, when we were discussing this on Sunday, said that it would be Kelsey, then Andrews. So they're close, right, JL?
They are. Did I say that?
Yeah, you did say that. We all agreed Kelsey Andrews, then we had a different.
I can't be held to anything I say.
Kelsey, Andrews, Kittle for a lot of us. Some of us had Kyle Pitts in there, and then Gronk and Waller were mixed in. So
I just feel like people were valuing Travis Kelce entirely too high in the last year or two. So it's hard for me to gauge his value. But yeah,
makes sense.
Definitely close.
So Geek Millen here saying source for today's episode. Me too.
I don't know if that's going to help you.
I need one as well.
You're making up words here.
I'm just throwing words out there. And FYF Maria saying he's not a deciduous tree. He is not a deciduous tree. But maybe that's the kind of tree Scott should use for his science experiment that he's doing.
QB.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
We do have a question before we get on to our next poll. Do you like Kamara next year? Yeah. He's still an elite talent. But we'll have to see how that quarterback situation pans out. But he was fine this year, even with a rotating quarterback room. So, Eric, how do you feel about Kamara going into next year?
Yeah, I'm still in on Kamara, right? This offensive line is always one of the better, groups across the NFL, and at least predominantly the play of his quarterback can only really go up. So I think that keeps the offense moving, gives him a bit more scoring opportunity. So definitely in on Kamara for next year.
Look before he got injured, he was killing it. He had one poor week with Jameis Winston up until he got hurt in week 9. So I'm going to be high on him next year. It's a little concerning because he's going to be 27 years old, and that's kind of the cliff for a lot of running backs. But Kamara's got a different skill set. He can catch passes, and Sean Payton's going to be there, and he loves him. So,
and he's got MVP Ian Book on the roster there.
MVP Ian Book.
So
I think Jameis Winston's their starter next year.
I hope so. And Jay was saying today's show as a whole is Drizzunk. Yes. Just you wait. We got 15 minutes left, baby.
Yeah. Well, we only have 15 minutes left. That's a great point, and we got to get through 4 more polls. So let's get moving here. 8. So JL, we are coming to you with the next one. We're getting into the Dynasty polls of this episode. So JL, your question: Joe Burrow is it's not really a question. This is a statement. Joe Burrow is a top 5 Dynasty quarterback. Side A believes it. Side B does not. JL, what percentage of people said they believe it, that Joe Burrow is a top 5 Dynasty quarterback?
Let's see. You got Mahomes. You got Josh Allen. You got Lamar. You got Dak. You got Herbert. I feel like Burrow hasn't been in that discussion as top 5. I feel like I'm missing Kyler. That's the one I'm missing.
I didn't want to say anything to help you out, but I was like, you're missing one in there.
But the way he's been playing,
330. Well, there was a third option in this one. The last one with a third option, it said see results. Took that out, and once I took that out, there was 2,258 votes.
I'm gonna go
see
with
results. Got such a small portion anyway.
I'm gonna go with 40. 46%. 46%.
AL's going to go with 46% saying that Joe Burrow is a top, believe that Joe Burrow is a top 5 Dynasty quarterback.
That was
Right?
a good line,
Right, J.O.?
JL.
Yep.
That was a good line.
Eric, do you think the actual percentage that said they believe it is over or under 46%?
So I think how this one shakes out really is determined by when the poll was run.
They were all
'cause if you
within the
look
last 2 days. January 2nd on.
Okay, so Burrow's got his back-to-back awesome games under his belt. I feel like Dynasty folk put a crazy premium on youth, and so I'll actually go over that number, but just barely.
So Eric is going with over 46%. Simon, what do you think? Over or under 46%? Said believe it. Joe Burrow is a top 5 Dynasty quarterback.
I think if we forced everyone to do what JL did there when breaking it down, this answer would be like 5%. But I think 90% of people are just going to be scrolling. They're going to be like, oh, Burrow just killed it. He's got Higgins and Jamar Chase. Click believe it. I'm going to take the over as well.
Reverse split them again.
I really think if like you force people to think about this, like lay out their top 5, he wouldn't make it into the top 5 of more than 10%.
Simon, I swear to God, as JL was breaking it down, I almost said that, but I didn't want to be like influenced in any way. But like,
Yeah.
I'm like, how many people are actually like, okay, hold on a sec. Patrick Mahomes, like, I doubt many when it comes down to it. But I didn't want to influence it all. And I don't know if that would have, but whatever. JL went with 46%. Simon went with the over. Eric went with the over. Great guesses in the chat, like always. J Wall went 57%. JR saying 80%. Javen saying 90 multiples nights for life. Let's go, Javen.
I almost went 45 for that.
Come here now saying 70%. Albert saying 33%. Geek Mill saying 40%. Pat saying, PJC saying
That's
45.9%. I'll take that all day. I'll take that all day.
45.9. So the under.
And Joey's saying 51%. Well, JL 46%. Both Simon and Eric went with the over.
You're way wrong.
Joe Burrow is a top 5 Dynasty quarterback. Side A, believe it. Side B, not. The percentage of people that actually chose side A, believe it, is 84%. 84% of people said believe it.
Redemption, baby.
So, wow. So, yeah, I'm a little bit surprised that it's that high, but I understand Joe Burrow just had 2 of the best weeks we've seen all season from the quarterback position. All season.
2 of the hottest young wide receivers.
Weapons. 2 of the hottest weapons. That's another thing. You're right. So I understand where everyone's coming from here. But
where are they putting them? The top
Again,
5 is
no
crowded. Where
that.
are they putting them?
Hey, JL, they did exactly what I said. They just thought, he's killing it. He's so good. He's got to be top 5.
And even if they do break it down, I can see him finding his way into that top 5. So, realistically, like if people are breaking it down like you did, JL, your percentage guess is probably closer. But again, didn't we just talk about recency? We just talked about how Twitter's so recency biased.
Eric, thank you, Eric. You're the
84%
reason.
of people don't know how to count to 5.
And Pat agreeing with you here, saying 84% of people don't know how to do rankings. And Joey said Burrow is a tight end 1. Yeah, he may not be a top 5, or he may be a top 5 quarterback, but he's the tight end 1 overall, for sure. So Josh, what's the score now after JL skunked that one?
Eric, you got 9 points. Simon, you're not far
guys.
behind with 5, and JL's got 1.
I know we're low on time here, but let me ask you guys real quick. Dynasty, Joe Burrow. Someone offers you. You have Joe Burrow. Someone offers you Dak for Joe Burrow. You taking it?
I'll take Joe Burrow over Dak.
I'll take Joe Burrow as well.
Yeah, I would as well.
All right, Lamar.
I think
Kyler?
people could take Burrow there, though. I take Kyler too, but I think people are taking Burrow over Lamar at this point.
Herbert.
I take Herbert.
Really? So Herbert over Dak then too.
Yes.
Yep.
All right, that's fair.
So
I'm assuming
Aaron
Mahomes is Mahomes, right?
Yeah, Mahomes is.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I'm not. Yeah. That's ridiculous.
Who?
I'm just All right. You got a nice lead right now. We're coming to your final poll, and then we'll go Simon, and then we'll have our final last poll for everyone. Let's get in there, Eric. Eric, which wide receiver would you prefer in a dynasty league? Side A's Amon-Ra St. Brown, side B's Elijah Moore. What percentage of people chose Amon-Ra St. Brown in this poll over Elijah Moore? There were 4,128 votes on this poll.
We've got another recency line here. I I tend to like Amon-Ra St. Brown a bit more than Elijah Moore as it is. And given the recent performance, I think it's going to be a pretty good chunk on the Amon-Ra side. So I will say 64%.
You're going to go with 64% on side A, Amon-Ra St. Brown, right?
That's right.
Simon, we're coming to you. Eric went with 64% side A. Do you think the actual percentage that chose Amon-Ra St. Brown over Elijah Moore is over or under 64%?
That's a really good line, I feel like. The hype for Elijah Moore was reaching a high at some point in the season, but it has died down, right? And Amon-Ra St. Brown has stepped in right there and kind of taken over that like hyped up rookie role. So I'll take the over. I'll take the over.
Take the over, Simon. You think more people chose Amon-Ra St. Brown? JL, what do you think? Simon went the over. Eric went with 64% on the Amon-Ra St. Brown side. What do you think?
I wrote down 72%, so I'm going to take the over.
You're also going to take the over. You're also going to take the over.
I see John and Javon both are agreeing with me here. 72.
72 is a great number. I think we're getting onto the 9 train. I think people are starting to understand that is the way.
You're starting a movement, Josh, a lifestyle.
Yes. This is the way. Well, JR says 72%. Jay Wall saying 57%. Javon saying 72%. Albert saying 63%. Scott saw this poll, but he probably doesn't remember.
Wow.
Well, it looks like you guys are taking the recency bias a little bit more seriously on this poll, but let's see how it goes. Which wide receiver would you prefer in a dynasty league? Amon-Ra St. Brown or Elijah Moore? The actual percentage that chose Amon-Ra St. Brown was 31%.
What the hell? I'm out of here.
Man, just when Twitter gets you comfortable with the recency bias,
I know.
Pull that rug out from under you.
I'm taking Elijah Moore over Amon-Ra St. Brown, even with his recent production. Eric, it seems like you're on the Amon-Ra St. Brown side, correct?
Yeah, I mean they're close, right? I've got him 2 spots ahead of Moore, but with the ebbs and flows of recent play, I thought it was going to be way more heavy on the Amon-Ra side.
I'm with you, Eric. I'm with you.
No one got any points that round. So you're taking Amon-Ra St. Brown over Elijah Moore, Simon?
It's super close. I meant with the I thought the poll was going to be more. Honestly, these guys are like neck and neck right now. I was excited about Elijah Moore coming in more so than Amon-Ra St. Brown, but I've been really impressed with what we've seen from St. Brown this year on that Lions team. Man, if you made me pick today, I probably would take St. Brown, but it's close.
And quickly, JL, pick one.
I would take Elijah Moore.
Let's go. Well, Elijah Moore's the correct answer, obviously.
Man, and honestly, that may change throughout the offseason as I dive into it a little bit more. They're that close. That may be one of the ones that there's a little swipperoo, but right now it's Amon-Ra. Amon-Ra.
All right.
Amon-Ra.
Let's keep moving, guys. Simon, let's go into your last poll here. Simon, who would you rather have in Dynasty? Side A is DeAndre Swift. Side B is Javonte Williams. What percentage of people said side A, DeAndre Swift in this poll?
Oh, man. Man, people love some Javonte Williams, and they love to pretend like it's a guarantee that he has that backfield alone next year, even though that is far from a guarantee. Shoot, this one's close in Dynasty. I've seen Javonte Williams as high as RB3 in people's Dynasty rankings right now. Like, he's up there as a top 5 back in some people's. I don't see Swift that high usually. He's usually in the 5 to 10 range. I'll say, you know what? I think this one's really close. I'm going to go exactly 50%. I'm going to go 50-50.
Going exactly 50%. He says exactly 50% of people chose DeAndre Swift in this poll. JL, we're coming to you. What do you think? Do you think the actual percentage is over or under 50% on the DeAndre Swift side?
I wrote down 52, so it's a good line, Simon.
So the under.
I'll take the over.
JL's going to take the over. He thinks more than
I've been wrong this
people
entire
voted
game,
for DeAndre
so
Swift.
It's likely the under.
Yeah, not your game today, JL. Not your game.
No,
we'll see. We'll see what happens in this poll.
That's 1 point.
Thank you. Though,
hey,
Josh,
I've been here with 0 points before, you know? Eric, what do you think? Do you think over or under 50% on the DeAndre Swift side?
So I've got Swift a good number of spots ahead of Javonte Williams in my dynasty ranking. So I'll take the over 50% on this Swift side.
Eric is
funny, I only have 1 point, but I could still beat Simon in this final round.
Yeah, well, you could
still beat Eric.
Like farts too.
If you get it spot on, you know? If you get spot on, you're beating
I can
Eric.
still win. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, it's not really that crazy of a game. Well, again, some great gases in the chat.
Great gases.
So,
What you guys have for lunch? I think it starts right here with J Wall at 77%.
All right, J Wall 77%. Albert saying 54%. Swift 61% from Come Here. Javian saying 49%. Geek Mills 46%. JR 60%. Well, the actual percentage of people, it was 1,218 votes that chose DeAndre Swift was 38%.
Oh, I get points.
You get 1 point, Simon. You get 1 point. You're within 15 percentage points, which will give you 1 point. And I'm taking DeAndre Swift over Javonte Williams, but
as am I. But people are crazy. Like whatever I see.
Where are these people?
I see rankings all the time, Dynasty running back rankings, and I'm always shocked by how high Javonte Williams is. It seems like they're projecting him literally at the absolute ceiling. If he gets the backfield alone, he stays healthy, everything's good to go going forward. The Broncos offense improves. They give the franchise quarterback. Like that seems how people are valuing Javonte Williams. And I love the player. He's so much fun to watch run. I just can't rank him that high yet. Also, Scott in here saying you are all wonderful people, and I enjoy when I'm able to spend an hour with you during the day.
You're wonderful. The whole chat is wonderful. I love spending this hour with y'all.
And Jill said, Scott, please don't make me cry. Hey, Josh, remember when you made Scott cry in an elevator because his leg was broken and you made him drop his
that was
and
so
then you didn't pick it up for him?
Like we were just getting off the elevator. I was like, Scott, are you?
And the doors just closed with him pouting.
I'm like, no, yeah, wait, I do need to. And he just has his head down. I'm like, no, don't go.
Come here now, so they're all losing their leagues next year. Us? Are we losing our leagues? I hope not.
No.
But
that's how I took it at first.
Or all the people voting on that poll.
All right, guys, we're getting into our last poll here. Just to remind everyone, we will not do over-unders this time. Everyone will give a percentage. We'll show them, and whoever's closest will get 5 points. If you get it right on, let's go, Brendan. Let's go, Brendan. You get right on, you get 10 points. So, JL, you still have a shot in this game. You get this poll spot on, you win. All right?
I got 1 in 100 chance.
Yeah, a little less.
And maybe even less, because if both Eric or Simon guess the same exact as you and you both get it, then you don't win. So it's
yeah,
I digress.
But also, let's get probably not 1 or 100, so you can knock those out.
Don't try and influence my vote.
Probably not. You never know.
Also, but for real, congrats, Rendon. Rendon, you've been coming in with some great questions this whole season, coming into office hours. So I'm glad it worked out and you got that title. Congrats, man. What's our last poll, Joshua?
Let's do it. Where you going with your MVP vote? Side A is Rodgers, side B is Taylor, side C is Brady, side D is Burrow. What percentage of people chose side A, Aaron Rodgers? And I'll give you a little bit of context here real fast. This was not a fantasy Twitter account that posted it. So it's not really a fantasy context. It's more of an NFL context.
But Ricola wrappers are not good for writing on. They're very waxy.
Ricola. I'll give you guys about 20 more seconds to write down what you think. Side A, we're all voting for side A here. What percentage of people voted for side A, Aaron Rodgers, in this poll? Do 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 do. Boo doo 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 boo doo boo doo boo doo boo.
I'm ready.
Boop boo doo.
This is not a good answer. This is a bad answer. Okay. Okay.
Do the contestants have their answers written down?
I'm ready.
Yep.
All right. Well, we always start with the person in last place. I see yours, Simon, but I do not want it yet. Put that crap down. I want to see JL's first. JL's going with 36%. JL's going with 36%. Simon, what'd you put here?
And Tim agrees with you. I said 17%.
17% from Simon. And Eric, what are you putting?
I went with 38%.
38%. He is going to take the over. So, JL, you're a little bit boxed in here.
Sorry, I like the box.
JL.
Last time I was boxed in, I got it exactly right. So
last time I was I'm just kidding. Never mind.
Just real fast, I'll cover the guesses in the chat. Joey saying 37%, JR 87%, JV and 49%, Albert 63%, J-Wall. Wait, is this from last one? No. 48%, 13%, 31%, 39%. And Tim saying 36%.
Yeah, Tim.
Well, the actual percentage of people that chose side A, Aaron Rodgers, in this poll, was 59%. Let's go, Eric. You are the dominated champion today.
Redemption.
You got the last poll correct. You dominated today. No one stood a chance. Simon,
What
you had
a
really good
weird
finish
set of
up here.
polls out of Finland.
Eric, congratulations.
59%.
That's
I
wild.
do think Aaron Rodgers is the leader in the MVP race. If you just look up Vegas odds per se, I think he's actually got a pretty good lead right now.
I think maybe the fantasy community might be a little bit out of touch with what the NFL community is thinking as far as the MVP vote goes. I was thinking like, fantasy, like people are going to want to give it to a running back, right? Like they'll be excited about that. But click on
That's
Taylor.
rare, isn't it?
But
It's
Eric,
very rare.
you sussed it out. You figured out how that last poll is going to go. And you won our game of poll perception. You got that redemption you were looking for. So congrats on being our champion today. Guys, if you are not already following our guest Eric on Twitter, go and follow him at Fantasy Nav. And another reminder, if you want to contribute to his awesome cause with pros with excuse me right there. The kombucha burps are messing me up again. For Pros with Joe's, make sure you guys can go donate at the link that I'm about to post in the chat again. Again, it's a charity tournament that pairs everyday fantasy players with their favorite pros. It's come to a close. Matt Harmon was the champion, right? That's what you said, and it's going towards his charity. So if you guys want to donate over there, the link is in the chat. Eric, thank you so much again, my man. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. This was a fun one, and we introduced a new word of the day that will now be part of this show.
Insidious.
Insidious, guys. Come on. And you got your
when a tree is very angry with you. When Scott Fish's trees are angry with you.
When a tree can't believe how angry it is, then that's deciduous. Guys, that is going to be it for us today. Remember the word of the day, deciduous. We are out of here until tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern time.
Josh, go drink more
fireball shot got me.
Yeah, we need another one.
Here we go. Everyone. We'll see you later.